row is coming back. Thank you. I know I sound better, right?
Yes, you do sound better.
1, 2. 1, 2. Okay.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We begin page 128, How Good It Is to Be Together, Hinei Ma Tov. Hinei Ma Tov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. 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 How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. Hinei Ma Tov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hinei Ma Tov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. Hinei ma tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Good Shabbos.
Even with the week that we had, we still have an obligation to celebrate the joy of Shabbat with birthdays, returns, and transitions. And we have a new premier of Sisterhood, Ginger Brook, the new president of Sisterhood, and we want to honor her as she begins her tenure as arguably the most important ancillary committee in the history of synagogue life throughout the world. It's written in the Talmud that it is the Sisterhood as she lights her Shabbat candles on page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And for those who are able, we rise together for Kiddush, top of page 123.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'asei v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zeichel yitziat Mitzrayim kivanu bacharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim b'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashamat.
For those who are watching at home, we may have forgotten our Kiddush cup on the bima, so make Kiddush for us. For those live streaming, see, Judaism will survive even when we make mistakes. Please be seated. Join me at the top of page 127. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if we're a hoard of plenty that can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand and wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act, we care nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat. Day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. We turn to page 130, Psalm 95.
Lechu neranen al Adonai nariya litzur yisheinu. Lechu neranen al Adonai נפשנו נקדם פניו בתודה בזמירות נריע לו כי אל גדול אדוני הוא מלך גדול על כל אלוהים אשר בידו מחקרי הארץ ותועפות הרים לו אשר לו הים והוא עשהו ויבשת ידיו יצרו כי הוא אלוהינו ואנחנו המריתו בצאן ידו. Please sing with me on 138, the pinnacle of Kabbalat Shabbat, Lecha Dodi. Lechandon di likrat kala yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai yadai yadai lechandon di likrat kala yadadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai shamor vezachor bedibur echad השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לחנדון דיליקת קלה ידדי 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 פני שבת נקבלה ידי לחנדון דיליקת קלה ידדי 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 פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נזוכה סוף מעשה במחשם בתחילה לחנדון דיליקת קלה ידדי 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 פני שבת נקבלה ידי לחנדון דיליקת קלה ידדי 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 פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לחנדון דיליקת קלה ידדי 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 פני שבת. נקבלה ידי לחנדון דיליקת קלה ידדי 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
We rise together and greet Shabbat HaMelkah.
אוי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לחנדון דיליקת קלה ידדי 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 פני שבת נקבלה ידי לחנדון דיליקת קלה ידדי 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
The bottom of page 145. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at likely times and through unlikely places. There's no place on earth without the presence. We say right here, Chetzi Kaddish 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומייכון ובחי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל בחטא ושירתה תוש בחטא ונחמתה דמירן מעלמה ואמרו Amen.
And we rise.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yada-dai-dai-dai, 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 yada-dai-dai-dai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Ba'ed Le'olam Ba'ed Yada-dai-dai-dai, 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 yada-dai-dai-dai. It has been my joy and privilege to work with I call him young man. He's a little bit older than I am, so that it feels a little strange. This past year and change, working on his return to Judaism, and it has been just an incredible process. He is incredibly curious and learned the Hebrew alphabet in about a week. He was just very dedicated and on top of everything, and yesterday he went in front of our Beit Din and to the mikvah, and he is a member of the tribe. So I'm going to invite up Joseph Goodman to the bima to bless him in front of our congregation, and if you would like to share his Hebrew name, that's up to him.
Please rise.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom. Kein Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. Mazal Tov. Please be seated. Yeah.
So my Hebrew name is Yehuda Bachar, and it is the name of a 20. Okay, sorry. Thanks. My Hebrew name is Yehuda Bachar, and one night I couldn't sleep, and I was looking through the names of the victims from the Nova massacre, and Yehuda Bachar was a 24-year-old, which was the same age as our son when he passed away, and so I felt strongly to carry on his name.
We turn to page 150.
Ahavat Olam. אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגה יומם בלילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמי ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נהגה יומם בלילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל אוהב עמו ישראל אוהב עמו ישראל. Our Shema 152. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Leolam Ba'ed Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha b'derech ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, lihyot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, emet.
The top of page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we so believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land. The winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Our song of freedom, our Micha Mocha, is on the next page.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osei bele, Nora tehilot hosei bele, Adonai melech leolam ba'ed. Malchutecha ra'u banecha, hokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, se'eliyanu ve'amru, se'eliyanu ve'amru, Adonai melech leolam ba'ed. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai.
The top of page 161 together. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we might lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Our Hashivenu is right here, 160.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, Mehamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, Mehamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Uveros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ushmor tzeiteinu voeinu. Uveros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ushmor tzeiteinu voeinu. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Amen.
The top of page 163. We are people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. This Shamru 162.
B'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
Middle of page 165. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. For those who are able, we rise together for tefillah, which is on the next page.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el hagadol hagibor ve'hanora El Elyon גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We continue the top of page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. We continue with our Ritzei on the next page.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu me'amcha Yisrael u'tefila תפילתם באהבה תקבל ותהי לרצון תמיד עבודת ישראל ישראל עמך אל קרוב לכל קוראיו פני אל עבדיך וחוננו שפוך רוחך עלינו ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון מרחמים ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר שכינתו לציון לציון
179. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguarded peace, its advocate among the nations. Make a temperate reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praise you, Eternal One, and blesses our people with peace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol ha-shalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol ha-shalom. Betov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael. בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. We take a few moments for private prayer. Yehi l'ratzon imrei fi. Yehi l'ratzon imrei fi. V'hegion libi lefanecha. Adonai tzuri v'goali. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart be acceptable before you. O God, my rock and my redeemer. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Me'imeru, me'imeru. Amen.
At this moment in our service, we think of those in our community, those especially who are in need of healing of body or spirit. We think of David Benton, Jerry Field, Sophia, Barry Gordon, David Kraselsky, Michal Mizerowitz, Paul Musteller, Stephen Muss, Pastor Willie O'Neill, Ron Oistreicher, Malkabath Rachel, Evan Taylor and Jessica Taylor, Alan Unger, and Brenda Weinstein. For those who are with us tonight, if you're thinking of a loved one, a friend, someone who means so much to you and you wish to share their name out loud, we invite you to do so either by rising or as my eyes meet yours. For those names mentioned out loud and for those names that are still in our hearts, our Misha Berach, our prayer for healing, middle of page 371.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Le'imoteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishem Beirach Imoteinu Mekor HaBracha La'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
I've been waiting to do this for a really long time. Fern, come on up for your 90th birthday blessing, but I want to bring you, all the family, I want to make sure I get this right, all of Uncle John, the kids, I see you, Uncle John, all of the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, come on up to celebrate this incredible milestone. This whole row right here should be coming up. Is this everyone? Okay.
I gotta get close to the.
I'm going to ask everyone to rise. My birthday Do we say girl? I don't know. Come on up. Come on. I want all the family to hold my talit, which is now infamous at Temple Emanu-El. Hold on, I need my prayer.
What's the matter?
You're going to take this and wrap it around your mouth.
Okay.
Come on up, guys. I want to make this a nice, even bima. Nice symmetric. Come on up. Get close.
You just stand there.
I have had no
Stand there.
I want to get down. Cantor, before you sing, I just want to share a few words. 6 years and 2 months, I got a call from your daughter that you were admitted at UAB. You remember.
Oh, do
You were the first congregant that you allowed me to make a pastoral visit. And often we say no, we don't want a visitor, but I saw you with a cheerful smile. The Talmud teaches us whenever you greet someone, whether infirmed, whether facing any adversity, or having a good day, when you treat someone with such a cheerful smile, you're able to bring God's presence into the world. And you sure did. And your family means the absolute world to me. You have allowed me to celebrate during good times. And the past few years in which you've experienced losing your son, losing Jerry, which is his yard site tonight, your brother, and your sister-in-law. And you're still here because of the kindness and compassion and empathy that you have bestowed upon your remarkable family. You're an Eshet Chayil. You're a woman of valor. And being able to bless you on your 90th birthday in a place that you have called home for 90 years. You saw your children work here, both of them, your son and daughter-in-law, and they survived to serve the Jewish people. But I want to give you this blessing. Adonai, God of our years, author of life, at our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life, for all that enriches our lives. We're here at Temple Emanu-El in special thankfulness to share in the happiness of my dear Fern. Be with her always as the joy within her life, and may you continue to be blessed with health and happiness, and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow and the adversities that you have faced. And may we have the joy of coming together for many more years, united by mutual reverence and love. Then will our lives be filled with abundance of blessing.
May you be blessed as you go on your way. May you be guided in peace. May you be blessed with health and joy. May this be a blessing. Amen. 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 May this be your blessing. Amen. 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 May this be your blessing. Amen. May you be sheltered by the winds of peace. May you be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find their way to every soul. May this be your blessing. Amen. 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 May this be your blessing. Amen. 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 May this be your blessing. Amen.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Please be seated. And your birthday present is, Fern, you get to lead the rest of the service.
What about the tallis?
The tallis, do you want? Does it keep you warm?
Oh,
You can. Do you want to wear it?
I don't know. Is that appropriate?
Is it appropriate? Enjoy it. Now that Fern wants to wear my tallis, you can't criticize her. I know that, I imagine that most rabbis tonight or tomorrow morning are going to speak about what happened on Wednesday night. And they say when you get up in the middle of the night not to look at your phone. And at 3 in the morning, I looked at my phone and couldn't believe what happened really once again. And from 3 to 7 a.m., I was trying to formulate the best words, some type of message to give, some type of hope and strength for this congregation on something that we may have predicted that was going to hum, but in reality, no one thought of such a thing. And I want to be really careful with my words tonight because I desperately believe that Judaism is our prescription to overcome this. And 19 months ago, I would have been saying something different. 4 years ago, I'd be saying something different. And for those who follow me on social media, you're probably surprised that I've been relatively silent. And there's a reason for that. I want to give us something to walk away with, some type of doable prescription. And I don't think a reel on social media or continuous posting, I'm not going to make a difference. So here's where I want to begin to come up with some sense of what happened on Wednesday night in D.C. for Sarah and for Yaron, and frankly, all the victims of Jew hatred. And this is what I want to accomplish. So 6 years ago, if you were paying attention at my Rosh Hashanah morning sermon, I told this story, and this is where I really want to begin. The story is called The Messiahs in the Synagogue. So the Messiahs in the Synagogue, it's an old story, it's an old legend, that this monastery, and it went from synagogue to monastery, it fell on hard times, losing all of its members. The 4 monks and the abbot, they are the ones who remained. And one day, the 5th sought advice from an old rabbi living in a nearby hut, and the rabbi replied to the abbot, "Unfortunately, the spirit has gone from my people too. Almost nobody enters the synagogue anymore." The rabbi and the monk, they wept together, and they read Torah and spoke quietly of deep things. And before he left, the abbot said to the rabbi, "I am desperate. I need something to give to my monks, something for some type of inspiration." And the rabbi answered, "Again, I'm sorry. I don't have the advice to give to you. The only thing that I can tell you is that one of you is the Moshiach, the Messiah." The abbot went back and he told the monks, this is what the rabbi said: "One of us is the Messiah." And they started kibitzing, they started talking. Do you think he meant the abbot? After all, he's our great leader. But what about Brother Henrik? He's filled with Kedusha, he's filled with holiness. What about Brother Nicholas? Sometimes he can be a bit cantankerous, but he's very wise. Brother Stephen, he's too passive, but he always shows up when you need him. And the monks, they kept on going with each other's prospects. And soon they began treating each other with such ordinary love and compassion and respect, on the off chance that one of them might be this Moshiach. And from this advice and from this belief that one of them was the Messiah, they developed such a special communal relationship with one another, embodying empathy and constant inquiry about each other's lives. Titles or status no longer played any importance within the order. And because of the beautiful trees that surrounded the monastery, people would come and visit. But now they sensed something different, that these monks were permeating with kindness and compassion and empathy. And they felt it. They tangibly felt this goodness. And people started coming back. More monks wanted to come back. And within a few years, the monastery thrived. Taking to heart what the rabbi said, creating a vibrant, genuine community of light and love for the whole realm. Does this story sound familiar? Is it in Sister Act? It was my vision to Temple Emanu-El nearly 6 years ago about creating a vibrant community full of compassion and kindness and love. A lot of things happened in those 6 years. And the reason why I was reminded of the story is because last week, many members of this community, this congregation, reached out to me, wanted to know if I heard Dan Senor. Dan Senor is an author, he's a podcaster. He used to work for the coalition government in Iraq as the spokesman. He wrote Startup Nation about what he said at the 92nd Street Y on the state of Judaism. I said, yes, I heard it. I had a sneak peek the prior week with a special session with him on Rebbetic Fellows. So why am I bringing up this story? Dan Senor's State of the Jewish People last week, after the murder of Sarah and Yaron in D.C., because I came to realize, and I wish I could, there's no cure to Jew hatred. It's the oldest virus in the world, and I've been studying it professionally, academically for years. Its theories, its data, but I can't find a cure. I also hope that I'm horribly wrong, but I too worry about our security. I worry about copycat crimes. But those are things that we have no control over. But here's the thing. From 3 a.m. to 7 a.m., and the week of being reminded if I listen to Dan Senor's talk, the remedy to the world we face is with ourselves. It's to fix ourselves, and we have always had the ingredients. Because in this sermon 6 years ago, titled The Messiahs in the Synagogue, and Dan Senor's 92nd Street Y address reminded me of something, because 6 years ago, I wrote the following sentence, the same thing that Dan Senor called for last week. Our vision calls for us to continue to be supportive of our unquestionable, indisputable, and indigenous homeland, the state of Israel. I said these words 6 years ago, and I'm proud to say that Benji Sokol has just been accepted to Heller High for going a senior year, his first semester, his senior year at Mountain Brook, and will be studying in Israel that will change his life for the good. I gave a sermon about this in January, and he listened to me. And in August, he'll be going to Israel, where he will be fortified with so much koach. I want to say for 6 years, in the past 2 years, this congregation has been permeating with Israel and Zionism. So there's a check. I also said this in the sermon, the same thing that Dan said. Our vision calls for us to advocate for Jewish summer camps. 200,000 kids went to Jewish sermon camp, and we've taken it for granted, but it needs to be funded to change Jewish identity. And finally, what Dan said last week and what I said 6 years ago, we must advocate for our Jewish day school. Because what Dan said is that all the students on college campuses who were fighting for the state of Israel, proudly wearing the Star of David, they had a few things in common. A gap year in Israel, going to Jewish summer camp, or had a day school education. It was those three things that we saw with college kids. And I owe this community a cheshbon hanefesh. In these past 6 years, we've been through a lot. An actual virus, staff changes, some bombastic sermons that I'm not particularly proud of, but we change. And sometimes my efforts were not focused on what brings us together as a united Jewish community. And I felt that I wasn't advocating for the day school. A couple months ago, I met in someone's home about the day school. Even though I said that my daughter doesn't attend the Any Miles Day School, I feel that I'm obligated as a stakeholder in this community to make sure that the day school thrives. That every Jewish member of this congregation at Bethel, at Chabad, at KI, we are all stakeholders for day school education. And the question was, what could I do, Adam Wright? What could I do to make sure that this school thrives, to make sure that it is the third part of the ingredient to fortify the next generation of Jewish students, to make sure that we do something for the 1,200 that were murdered, the kidnapped, for Sarah and Yaron, Sarah Halimi, Joseph Newman, Ayel Haddad. What can we do for them that their lives were taken away because they were Jewish? And finally, I have something for you. You may have heard about me talking about Birmingham's first ever Hebrew Ulpan. What's an Ulpan? It's immersion of Hebrew language. And I said to the day school and to the Israeli teachers there, Hebrew language, it's the centrality of the Jewish people. It's the nexus of everything. It's that and Torah. And for my congregants, yes, those who grew up in the Graphin era who don't read Hebrew, the thys and the thous are more fluent than ani rotse. But I wanted to do something for this community. But here was the problem. The budget, the cost was astronomical. And earlier this week, I received a phone call from a family to be named later and said, we saw how important this is for you and for the community. Here are the dollars so we can lower the tuition costs to make sure that any Jewish member in this community and the greater community wants to learn the unifier of our tradition can take the class and also sustain the day school. I want the day school, as Hal told me, I want it to be the community Beit Midrash, the adult center of Jewish learning. In our Torah portion this week, Bechar Bechotai, and the second part in Bechotai, it talks about a bunch of blessings. And a Midrash in the book of Leviticus teaches us that when we make shalom with each other, when we make peace, it's equivalent to all of the blessings combined. So what is the best response to what we saw on Wednesday night? It's Torah. It's learning. It's being proud of our Jewishness and not in spite of it. In education verbiage, there's something called backwards design, meaning we plan what will happen. So upon completion of Jewish Birmingham in 5 years, this is my goal. I don't want us to be defined by a single agency. I don't want us to define by a shul, not reform, not conservative. I don't want us to be defined by what country club we go to. I don't want us to be defined as a Germanic or European Jewish identity. I want Jewish Birmingham to be a center of Jewish life where kindness permeates everywhere, just like the monastery at Legend. The news will continue to get worse, but we have an obligation to fulfill these 3 ingredients: getting people to Israel, making Jewish summer camp more affordable, and making sure that we have a thriving and robust Jewish day school and a center for adult Jewish learning. This is what it means to be in a collaborative Jewish congregation where new paradigms are going to have to emerge. And once our Judaism is fortified, this is how we get past it. Shabbat Shalom. All right, now when we go from that into my 12th annual, our 6th annual Omer game. For those who are new to our community, on the second night of Passover, we count the Omer, Teshiva barley. We count it because once we get to the final countdown, 7 weeks, It's Shavuos, the sweetness of Torah, so we count the Omer. And tonight, we count number 41. And I want to say that 41 is the most boring number that I've ever come across. So it's an interactive game. Vladdy, you're looking at me. You know this game. I think you love it. I know Dodie does, right? Okay. The 41st president of the United States of America, arguably one of the smartest presidents, George H.W. Bush, and for extra credit, where is his airport named? Houston, Texas. Very good. Okay. "41st state." Oh, you studied. Okay. All right, this was fascinating. If I can read my handwriting, which is awful. Sir Roger Bannister. Does anyone know who that was? He's a neurologist, but he did something extraordinary. He wore number 41. Oh, Adam Gordon, you know it? He was the first one to break the 4-minute mile. Wow. Okay. I see two brilliant musicologists here, Jeffrey and Lester. This individual, his final symphony was number 41, and it was written by whom? His final symphony before he... Mozart, okay. I just make sure you pass music theory and all that stuff. I don't think Jeff heard the question. Okay. Mozart, okay. This basketball player redefined the NBA. Josie can't answer the question. He wore number 41. He was instrumental in the rise of European basketball. So if you look at the past 5 or 6 years of MVPs, I think they've all been from Europe. Who is it? Why? How do you know that? You got a daughter who lives where? In Dallas, yes. Dirk Nowitzki, the German himself. Okay. Do we have any Mets fans? Oh, Chip. You may want. Where's Chip? I saw Chip. Where is he? I think he came in the World Series, the Hall of Fame wearing this number. He was a pitcher. Played for the Mets, and he played for you guys, too. Do you know who it is? What'd you say? He got it. Yes, Tom Seaver. Was he played for the Reds, right? Okay. Really a mutt. Okay. All right, the final one. Oh, no, I got two more. Because now you guys know about the Omer and Shavuos. This is why we do it. Okay. HP came out with its calculator, the 41C, in 1979. Did anyone use the HP 41C as a calculator? No. Okay, I thought I got excited. Okay, final. This special military unit was developed in 1941. And because of this special military unit, it was the genesis of what we did here in the United States. It gave birth to the unit called the Sea, Air, and Land, also known as SEALs, and the unit called Delta Force, and other special operators in other countries. It was established in 1941, one of the most revered military special operation units. Does anyone know what it is? It was not the Army Rangers. Army Rangers, this is not in America. It was the genesis for the America to have a tier 1, I heard it, SAS, very good. The SAS in 1941. Okay, you guys know number 41. We rise together as we count the Omer. Hayom echad v'arbrim yom shehem hamisha shavuot v'shisha yomim la'omer. Today is 41 days, which is 5 weeks and 6 days of the Omer. And we turn to page 570. This is Cantor chants it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer.
Today is 41 days, and I just lost 41 days, which is 5 weeks and 6 days of the Omer remain staying in Elenu 586.
עלינו לשמח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, נגור עלינו ככל המונם. מה אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. On this Shabbat, we recall the recent passing of the Shloshim, the death of Brian Seville, father of Chris and wife of Connie, and recall the yortzites of Lawrence Asherman, Bernard Axel, Harris Toro Bellows, Eleanor Bozeman Bennett, Frederick Bergman, Elsie Cohen Bernheim, Harold Bowman Black Sr., Helen Bruck, Mary Bowman Kahn, Phoebe Cotton, Irving Gandler, Rose Katz Gottlieb, Andrea Gold, Ann Mitnick Greenspoon, Barbary Heister, George Kirschberg, Fedora Krensman, Annie Cronenberg, Kay Goldstein Lewis, Bertram Mosem Marks, Martin May, Felix Mandel, Mildred Overbach, Abraham Papier, Mayor Radman, Lily Zuckerman Rabalski, Irene Rich, Max Harry Rubin, Pete Roth, Sandra Russell, Minnie Solomon, Jack Schneidkraut, Linda Schwartz, Jerry Siegel, Stanley Solomon, Eileen Solomon, Rodney Taylor, Sissy Toronto, and Kay Ustan. May their memories forever be a blessing. If it is your custom to rise for a Mortar's Kaddish, we invite you to do so on page 598. Yikadal v'ikadash shemei rabbah, v'yomad yivrach yerotei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yom echon, uv'kayeh dekol beit Yisrael, b'gala v'izman kariv v'yomru.
Amen.
Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam alamei amayam. Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalel v'yitalal shemei dekudsha
Brichu.
La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushvechata v'nechemata damin ram v'yoma v'yomru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim alene v'yakol Yisrael v'yomru.
Amen.
Osei shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen. Ose shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen.
We conclude with Hatikva 678.
Kol b'levav penima nefesh Yehudi homia ulfatei mizrach kadima Ein Letzion Sophia Od lo avda tikvateinu Hatikva בת שנות 2000 להיות אותם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון בירושלים. אותם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון בירושלים.
Happy birthday, Fern. Shabbat Shalom. Go downstairs and enjoy
Shabbat
your
Shalom.
incredible birthday.